You equate criminals with gun culture, that somehow gun culture is a subset of criminal activity. It's not. We are the best Canadians, hands down. When's the last time you had a background check?
Gun culture. Events south of the border have had a lot of people talking about it recently. And tonight you'll meet an Ontario gun owner on a mission to educate Canadians about this country's gun culture, one he believes is under threat from those who simply don't understand firearms or their owners. And he wants to bring Canada's culture out of the shadows. The National's Mick Purdon has never fired a gun, so we sent him off to the shooting range.
Everybody got the bullets? You may pick up a rifle. Prove that rifle to be safe. You may take that rifle to the line.
Friday evening at the East Elgin Sportsman Club near London, Ontario. I've been invited here to witness something that in Canada usually stays hidden, the culture of guns. John Evers runs things here. He admits not everyone in his club wanted us around. But he believes if gun owners stay hidden, their culture, as he puts it, won't survive.
I have the right to be here. I have the right to have my guns. My culture's at stake. They want me gone.
The they who want him gone, Evers tells me, is pretty much everyone in Canada who doesn't own a gun. And so one of the things he does is try to convert people.
So you're letting me shoot your favorite gun?
Correct. This is my pride and joy.
For Evers, you're either with him or you're against him. You love guns or they're a four-letter word. But here's the thing. If we're honest with ourselves, that's how most of us think. With guns, there's no middle ground.
I got to admit, sitting here in front of all these handguns, it makes me slightly uneasy. Like I've never actually touched a gun before.
Correct. But the why, and again we're going to...
I don't know.
Yeah,
I'm just saying.
Because you have no experience. You put it in the
Well, they're
your
also
statement.
designed to shoot living things.
They're designed to know. They're designed to shoot. Full stop.
Yeah.
There it is, right off the bat, the age-old guns don't kill people, people kill people argument. But I've come here to try to get beyond that.
Explain gun culture. This is my culture.
When you say gun culture, you don't think of me. You think of the gangbangers in Jane and Finch. You think of criminals, and you equate criminals with gun culture, that somehow gun culture is a subset of criminal activity. It's not. We are the best Canadians, hands down. When's the last time you had a background check? Mine was this morning. Before that, yesterday. Before that, the day before. I get a background check every day. When was your last one? How do I trust you? We're not the criminals. You could be. Ever think of that?
I get it. Evers feels persecuted, his whole culture discriminated against. And his point about the background checks? Well, it is true every day an RCMP computer runs the names of gun owners to see if they've committed a crime.
So what's in here?
That's our handguns.
They're all in there?
They're all in there.
In here?
Range here. Yep.
When you're treated like that, Evers tells me, the shooting range becomes a sanctuary.
My family grew up here. My son's been here since he was 5 years old. And my daughter was 8.
Marissa is now 22 and at university. And today, Dad is going to help her with her technique before she heads off to class.
Are you ready? Stand by. Beep.
You start up firm, and then you have way too much knee. Way too much knee. So it's like that, okay? It's passing on that passion. It's spending quality time with your daughter in a one-on-one at a sport you enjoy and she enjoys.
But for Marissa, it's not that simple. She tells me she pays a price for her sport.
I have guns, I don't have friends.
What do you mean you have guns but you don't have friends?
People do not want to be my friend because I shoot guns. I am a firearms enthusiast. And people, especially now that I've gone to university, want nothing to do with me because they're afraid of what I do. If I have to postpone telling somebody that I shoot in order to get them to see that I'm a good person, I'll postpone telling them I shoot because I need them to know I'm a good person, that I'm not going to hurt them, that I'm not going to do anything that's crazy or insane.
Are you ready? Stand by. Beep.
It turns out Marissa's dad had no idea she felt that way.
It's like porpoise, but it's like she's kept a secret from me that she was hurting and not telling me that she was hurting. And she was hurting because of the reality that I brought her up in. If she were brought up in any other family, if she were a child of soccer parents or hockey parents, she would not be feeling like that, would she? So there's some guilt in my mind. It also invigorates me to change that reality.
Both father and daughter tell me that every time there is gun violence in Canada or the United States, they brace themselves.
When Sandy Hook occurred, obviously I was sad and distraught over the tragedy itself. But for me, there's a secondary aspect to it. Because you just wait, because here it comes. They're coming after me now. Because of that, they'll come after me. On a personal level, I am often hated, gun owners are hated and derided because they have guns.
Well, what are these to you?
Still, with Evers' guns spread out in front of me, it's hard not to remember Adam Lanza. The Sandy Hook elementary school shooter got his weapons from his mother, who was a gun collector.
Adam Lanza was mentally ill. And that is why that occurred. The mental illness is why that occurred, not the gun control.
But if there were no guns, then he couldn't have shot.
If there are no guns, how do you create that? The genie's out of the bottle.
And even here in Canada, it might surprise you just how much. While nobody knows exactly how many guns there are in the country, the RCMP puts the total somewhere around 8 million. That ranks us 12th in the world. As Canadians, we think guns are purely an American obsession. Not true. Exhibit A. Evers' Gun Club is just one of hundreds in the country, and this place is growing. In the last 10 years, membership has more than tripled to 700 people. Why? In part by going after the kids. Friday night is pizza and target shooting.
Why don't you play hockey?
Oh, this is better
How?
because you can get to shoot things.
Darlene Allen has 2 little girls in the gun club. Her point is that shooting is actually safer than other sports. But she also knows that most people don't get it.
Always the adrenaline, the violence, the anger that there comes with shooting when you see it in a movie or something. But this is the type of shooting we're talking about, right? We're not talking about taking it out on somebody, taking out your anger. We're talking about letting your anger go and trying to do something and hit a target and be precise.
But it's not just in movies where guns kill people. It's in real life. Just down the road from here in Toronto, 4 kids have been shot and killed since the new year. But for gun lovers, it seems sometimes the connections are hard to see. For example, the gun used to kill the children at Sandy Hook Elementary in Connecticut, the AR-15, is the same gun Evers uses in his competitions.
So Adam Lanza used a gun like that, is that right?
Correct.
To shoot the kids.
Correct.
Does that change this gun when you hold it at all? To know that it...
No. A drunk driver last week killed someone with a Honda Accord. Do Honda Accord drivers feel different because he used a Honda Accord? Of course not. It's a Honda Accord. This is an AR-15. It's the user. It's the Adam Lanzas you need to worry about, not the John Evers. For me, I have fond memories of this. I'll be using this in Pennsylvania for a 3-man, 3-gun competition in April. And I'm going to have fun. Remember, relax. You want to be relaxed.
And there it is, the big disconnect for so many people. Enjoying guns.
Finger on the trigger now.
How does that work?
Just a pad.
Well, I'm about to find out.
You really are trying to convert me.
Absolutely. I'm trying to educate you. If education's conversion, that's great. Look at that. That is fairly impressive, actually. I'd say of the people I've taught to shoot, you would be in the top 10. I'd hoped you were worse.
We move on to a more powerful gun, one you've probably heard of, the .357 Magnum. Gun lovers will tell you this is one that gets people hooked.
Yep, there you go. Bit more? And that's actually a medium load for that. How was that?
Yeah, I mean, It's pretty intense.
Yeah.
It's tiring on the arms.
Yeah, exactly. It's a heavy
You
gun.
feel like you can't hear the smell. It's like surge of violent power.
It's sort of power. There's no violence. Experience. You need more.
After an hour of shooting, I'd had enough. I didn't convert. But I'm just one of many that Evers has worked on. He tells me no matter where he is, he's, well, preaching. Even the other day when he stopped to help a stranger change a tire on the side of the highway.
She offered to pay me money. And again, that's not right. I'm doing it because I'm a nice guy. So all I did was turn to her and say, no money required. Just know that a handgun owner was nice to you today. I wanted to know that I'm a nice guy and gun owners are nice people and move on from there.
You feel that downtrodden?
Yes. I feel that victimized, I guess is where it comes from. That I'll fight back in any little way I can. And it comes back to one mind at a time. If that's what it takes, I'll do it. I'll go door to door across Canada if need be to say, hi, I'm John, I'm a gun owner, I'm a nice guy. Give me a chance.
I'm not sure that's going to work in a country so distrustful of guns. But I give Evers credit for stepping out of the shadows. Nick Purdon, CBC News, London, Ontario.
If you're not familiar with firearms regulations in this country, you may be wondering about the rules for children. Minors can be licensed to shoot at a gun club or to hunt, but they don't have to be, so long as they're under the direct and immediate supervision of someone who is.